Among the first signs of spring is the return of migratory birds. However, there may be fewer in the skies over Edmonton this year. We welcome Jody Allair with Birds Canada for more on this morning. So, Jody, you recently placed a report on the state of Canada's birds. What did we learn about bird numbers in there?
Yes, well, we learned that there are several bird groups across Canada that have been declining pretty steadily since the 1970s, and there are much fewer birds now than there were even several decades ago. And here in Alberta, particularly grassland birds were one of the big declining species, with about 67% decline since 1970. In addition to that, shorebird numbers, aerial insectivores. So there's several groups of birds that are declining, and certainly ones that we at Birds Canada are quite concerned about.
And do we know why this is happening?
Well, it's a whole suite of things that's affecting birds right now. I think there's a combination of factors like habitat loss, whether that's on the breeding grounds, on migratory stopovers, or in their non-breeding areas in the tropics. Climate change is having a major impact on birds, especially the ones that feed on insects. And then, of course, within urban areas, you've got things like window collisions, outdoor cat predation, and just generally a lack of habitat. It's really a combination of factors that have contributed to this.
And what's the impact of these numbers of these birds dropping?
Well, I think birds are a couple things. Like, other than being just absolutely wonderful and amazing to spend time with, they're an indicator of changes in our planet, right? And so as bird populations are declining, it's really telling us that there are problems in our natural world. But I think to me, the most important lesson here is that we have been able to make positive changes over the years to help birds, and I think we need to step up to try to protect, not just some of our most fragile animals in our ecosystem, but also some of the most beautiful.
So, what can people do at home right now that can help out with the bird population and hopefully increase?
Yeah, so there's actually lots of great things and easy things for people to do at home. One of the easiest things you could do is gardening for birds. So planting native trees, native shrubs, maybe get rid of that lawn if you can. Like, no one really likes to mow their grass anyway. Planting native plants and shrubs, really, really good to create habitat for birds. Put stuff on your windows, like a feather-friendly type product to keep birds from hitting your windows, and try to keep your cat inside. Cat predation. Cats kill about 160 million birds per year in Canada. So if you do a combination of those things, join a bird club. And I often tell people, like, one of the best things you can do is just get to know your birds, because birding and birds is really quite an amazing activity.
Now, you're an expert, and people have been voting for Edmonton's official bird between the blue jay, the magpie, the boreal chickadee. Who do you think should be named the bird of Edmonton?
Black-billed magpie, no question. Yeah, no question. I think blue jay, much more of an eastern bird. I feel like that's not the right fit. Love the boreal chickadee selection, though. Tough, hardy, northern bird. A lot of people are not aware of them. But black-billed magpie, to me, is Alberta. It's the West. They're a corvid, so one of the most intelligent birds around. If you spend any time with them, you've probably seen that. And Edmonton has a history of, some of the biggest counts, Christmas bird count totals of black-billed magpie in the world. So I think to me, it's a lock. It should be, I hope it's black-billed magpie.
Vocal endorsement for a vocal member of our city throughout this summer. Jody, we appreciate your insight this morning.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Now, if you'd like an answer to any bird-related questions you may have, you can find more information, and you can find Jody at birdscanada.org.